Okay, so I was away a lot longer than I said I would, but at least it's only been weeks and not months, which is good. And the reason I've been away, or I've not done anything, is because I've not really found anything I found interesting to talk about. So far on the news, it's been coverage of either Brexit or snow, and that's about it. And the snow's probably more exciting, because it just seems like a scene out of Game of Thrones. The whole news cycle is just, oh, winter's coming, and then winter's here, and honestly, I'm still waiting for the new season of Game of Thrones, but I don't know, it's better than watching Brexit. So, like I said, there's two things that I wanted to talk about. Well, three things. Firstly, you can tell, I've changed the layout a bit, which is quite nice. Tinkered around with that. Secondly, first topic, is Liam Neeson, who's made some rather disparaging comments about things that he did apparently 40 years ago. I've got the clip of it here. This is him talking about what he said the day after he said them. But I'll play this and I'll let you know what I think.
There were some nights I went out deliberately into black areas in this city looking to be set upon so that I could unleash physical. She'd have said an Irish or a Scot or a Brit or a Lithuanian, I know I would have had the same effect.
You've learned from that, but you have to also understand the pain of a black person hearing what you said.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Yeah. And at the time, even though it was nearly 40 years ago, I didn't think about that.
His hope now is that this will encourage more frank conversation about race.
We all pretend we're all kind of, politically correct. I mean, in this country, it's the same in my own country too. You sometimes just scratch the surface and you discover this racism and bigotry, and it's there.
The footage there provided by ABC News, I cut out the bits where everyone else was talking and only focused on bits where Liam Neeson was talking. So my opinion basically is that I don't think he's done anything wrong. If anything, it's more like a confession that he's made about having had these thoughts and having gone out and tried to sort people of that colour. But I mean, I think the worst he could have done is actually gone out and killed someone. But the fact that he's admitting to it, I think it shows a higher level of intelligence to say, hey, I did have these thoughts, but I didn't act on them, and reflecting back now, knowing what I know it was wrong. And he's admitting that it was wrong. And I think what he's also doing is saying, look, nobody's perfect, we all have these thoughts from time to time. He would commit these, have these thoughts in his head, everyone has it. And I think that's a more honest truth, and that's what he's asking for, a more frank and open discussion about this. So I'm glad he's doing that. And to be fair, he does say, if it was, an Irishman, a Scotsman, a Lithuanian, or, I think he would go on to say Mexican and Muslim, or whoever, he would have the same thought. And I think it's, I think he was just enraged at the time. You're not thinking clearly when you're angry, so you're just enraged about, getting revenge on this perceived person that you don't really know. So, and, looking back, he's reflecting on that and thinking, yeah, that was what I was thinking at the time. And I know it's wrong, and I was angry, is what he is saying. So I think, I really don't think he's done nothing wrong. I think that this has just been media outrage. Because I think if he said, I was looking for a white man to kill and antagonise me, then, nobody would give a fuck. But the fact that he said a black person, ooh, the media's gone nuts. And you know what, this will be forgotten. Next week, there'll be another celebrity, or there'll be another scandal, there'll be another thing. The media would focus on that, and, we would have almost all but forgotten it, because we'd be so engrossed by the next subject. So, I'm not really surprised about that. So, I'm waiting for this to boil over, really. Right. The second topic is from Britain's favourite socialist, Jeremy Corbyn. Now, this is... this video that I've got, which I'll play you in a second, it's from Red Raw Media. I'll send a link down so you can have a look at it as well. But, I've got a video, I got it from YouTube, but it's originally put up by them. You'll see the thing at the top right corner, so don't worry about that. But basically, this shows Jeremy Corbyn's Eurosceptic views. And just watch it and see if you see anything familiar about it. Because I was like, dumbfounded. I knew that he was like a secret Eurosceptic, but I didn't know how much. But this is him, I think, talking after the Irish referendum, or maybe the Greek referendum, I'm not sure. But just have a listen and see what you think about it, because I'm a bit gobsmacked by it.
If you succeed in getting a no vote here, that will be such a boost to people like us all over Europe that do not want to live in a European empire of the 21st century. Now, I'm pleased you're having a referendum. I wish we were having a referendum in Britain. I obviously hope and believe that the Irish people will vote no in October. But don't scrap your posters, don't recycle them, because you're going to need them for a third referendum. Because I've just got a feeling they're going to keep on voting until they get the answer they want. I remember that day, just like Thomas, when the last Irish referendum result came through in the British Parliament, the ministers started saying, we're going to have to look again at this. Hang on, what business of the British Parliament is it how the Irish people decide to vote? Yeah? And under the terms of the Lisbon Treaty, Europe will become subservient to the wishes of NATO and the aims of NATO. We are creating for ourselves here one massive great Frankenstein, which will damage all of us in the long run. What it does is creates this military machine, this military Frankenstein, which will be so damaging to all of us.
Right, you've seen the clip now, and is it me, or are the things he's saying exactly the same things that Nigel Farage has been saying? He's literally copying Nigel Farage, or maybe Farage is copying him, I don't know. But all this talk about EU empire and the way that the EU has been treating other countries and asking for a second vote or a third vote, that's exactly what Farage has been saying. And he's saying that here. And he has the balls to criticise Farage. What is your position, Jeremy? You were Eurosceptic, now you're pro-Europe. I have no idea. This is probably why you can't get a deal, or can't come up with your idea or solution to a deal, because you don't know what you want. And I don't know whether you've changed mind, or if you're too scared of momentum, or your own MPs, or whatever, but a majority of Labour supporters, and I mean proper Labour supporters, yeah, not momentum, not the left-wing socialist group, actual working class people, union supporters, wanted to leave the EU. You don't represent them, or at least not to the support that you should be doing. So I don't know. That's probably why you're unelectable. Nobody knows where you stand, because every time you come out with bullshit about, oh, wouldn't the society be nice, and what's your policy, mate? Anyway, those are my views on the two subjects that I find the most interesting at the moment. Hopefully I should be able to get another video out next week if time and any more interesting subjects come along. Like I said, there's not been that much in the news recently, so it depends if I feel bothered to talk about it. But yeah, anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. See ya!